struggle to keep supply lines open in Indochina mounts, while tanks guard the vital rail link connecting Vietnam's capital, Hanoi, with the port city of Haipong. Sabotage by communist guerrillas keeps repair crews constantly on the jump. Trains knocked out by mines are pushed on their sides off the right-of-way so as not to delay repair work. Speed is the watchword. The line must be cleared. A landmine rips the Hanoi-Haipong road. Soldiers use detectors daily to locate mines planted overnight by the Reds. French troops make hasty repairs. The road is open again, and the weary war goes on. Former Premier Paul-Henri SPAK is a candidate for election to Belgium's Chamber of Deputies. Everybody gets a free trip home to vote, but are fined if they don't. Foreign Minister Van Zeeland's Social Christian Party is trying to maintain control. Van Zeeland, a top party leader, casts his ballot. SPAK, running again for Parliament, also votes. His Socialist Party topples the administration, a victory for Paul-Henri SPAK. Yugoslavia's Marshal Tito is accompanied by his wife to the Belgrade railway station, where Tito is leaving for Turkey. The Yugoslav dictator bids goodbye to his top aides. He wants to get a mutual assistance understanding with Turkey in case of attack. A smile from Mrs. Tito, and her husband is off to Ankara on a new diplomatic mission. At New York's Idlewild Airport, 7 long years of fear and anxiety are over for Mrs. Lydia Georgescu, who rushes toward a fervent reunion with her sons, finally freed by communist Romania. Together again are Constantine, Peter, Mother, and their father Valerio, who courageously refused a communist offer to release the boys if he spied against America. They know freedom's blessings.
The Passion of Christ is relived by the people of the tiny Italian village of SETSA near Rome. Once again, Judas Iscariot, 30 pieces of silver in his purse, but torment racking his mind, steals through the streets. Here too is Pontius Pilate, flanked by Roman legionnaires, in this the world's oldest passion play, dating back to the 11th century. In solemn stillness between two thieves, Christ shoulders his cross, stumbling and falling as he did on that day almost 2,000 years ago. Children who will someday play parts in the pageant see Christ continue his agonizing journey toward crucifixion on Calvary. A performance of pure devotion provides a reward of spiritual inspiration.
In Paris, the glove makers of France are presenting their newest creations. This season, the girls are rolling up their sleeves so they can roll on their gloves. Gloves used to hide the hands, but give them a few more seasons and they'll probably be hiding the girls. These gloves are called the Bird of the Islands. They're lemon-colored suede decorated with Bird of Paradise feathers. The glove people say the feathers are worth $570. Here's the Bluebird, which apparently has been grounded for keeps. The gloves are blue suede, ornamented with an organdy bird. Crescents embellish these gloves called Trip to the Moon, but Paris says they'll be fashionable on any planet this season.
Play ball!
It's opening day in the nation's capital, and putting aside White House duties, Ike and Mamie attend the curtain raiser with Washington owner Clark Griffith. The Senators, managed by Bucky Harris, are entertaining Casey Stengel's world champion Yankees, bolstered by balding Enos Slaughter, the ex-Cardinal star. The players line up as the president uncorks the season's opening pitch, snared by the Yankees' Johnny Sane. Ike motions, try my catching, and the Senators' Gonzalo Naranjo obliges. The chief executive handles it like an old pro. A familiar ring in the air, a familiar sight in the stands. Baseball's back, and ain't it just wonderful? Two old and bitter rivals, the Giants and the Dodgers, get in step, at least briefly, during the pregame ceremonies at New York's Polo Grounds. General and Mrs. MacArthur are on hand to watch Smokey Alston, new Dodger skipper, and Giant manager Leo DUROCHER match diamond strategy. Brooklyn pitcher Don Newcomb and Willie Mays, the flashy Giant outfielder, are back from service. Mayor Wagner fires a southpaw slant to climax the festivities, and the interborough rivals take to the field to start their 54 fireworks. A mammoth parade rivaling Broadway's biggest and best marks the return of the Baltimore Orioles to the American League after 52 years. Vice President Nixon heads the motorcade, followed by Clark Griffith and Connie Mack, Mr. Baseball. The small fry whoop it up for manager Jimmy Dykes, who can only stammer, "I've never seen anything like it." Players are engulfed by the fired-up band. More than 30 colorful floats are in the parade as Baltimore rolls out the welcome mat for the Orioles. It's the gayest, grandest, greatest street show the nation's sixth largest city has ever seen. At the park, 46,000 rooters turn out for the inaugural, defying leaden, dripping skies. But the rain stops before the pregame ceremonies, and Vice President Nixon fires a high, hard one that's grabbed by Oriole pitcher Joe Coleman. An exciting new big league era dawns over the city that spawned such greats of the game as John McGraw and the immortal Babe Ruth.